Hello everyone, how are we all doing today? And I think it's still not out of place to say Happy New Year once again, okay? The funniest thing is that somebody was asking today is January 6th, and he was saying that when are we going to stop saying Happy New Year? Okay, I don't think there's a deadline to when we are going to stop saying Happy New Year, okay? So we'll keep greeting ourselves and we'll just get used to the year, okay? I'm taking a part 2 of the series I started yesterday, and hopefully, if I can finish today, to be awesome. I try as much as possible to make the video very short because I understand that the attention span this time and this age is quite low, unfortunately, but that's what it is. So we'll try as much as possible to make it low and small, short, so maximum 10, 15 minutes, so that we'll be able to enjoy it and watch it over and over again. That's the reason why we're having a part 2. Okay, so I hope you're all doing good. Okay, I hope you're all doing good. So for the part 1, we talked about the 3 basic needs of human beings. So when you want to create wealth, the secret of creating wealth is you have more people paying you than you are paying others. That's the secret of creating wealth. You need to have more people that are paying you than you paying others. Of course, we are all in one form of transaction or the other, but the number one secret of creating wealth is that you need to have more people paying you, more volume coming to you than more volume going out. So that is one of the ways you can create wealth, because when you have more people paying you than what you are paying out, then that means you have savings. When you have savings, you can latch onto opportunities, you can buy assets that can give you cash flow, and you can have assets that can also ultimately gives you transgenerational wealth and all the likes like that. So okay, so basically we talked about 3 things. Because of the shortness of our videos too, we try as much as possible to go straight to the point. We don't want to waste time and all of that. So we just want to go straight to the point of the main issues we want to really talk about. So that's what we try as much as possible to do in all our videos. So I hope the videos are making a whole lot of sense to you. So try to like them, comment, share, and do as many share to as many groups as people as possible. Okay. Okay. So I talked about the Maslow hierarchy of needs because human need, we don't outgrow food, we don't outgrow shelter, and we don't outgrow clothes. So those are 3 areas that are very, very important. But you can only grow wealth when you do these 3 areas in volume. You have to find a way of doing these 3 areas in volume. I was telling somebody that one of the things that helped get Dangote and that has helped him to create that fortune that he has been able to create is because it does volume. I mean, there's literally any house that has been built in the last 20 years that does not have one form of Dangote in the construction. Okay. And I also tell people that most of us, as we are eating one form of Dangote or the other. It's either you're taking Dangote sugar, you're taking Dangote salt, and literally have monopoly in most of these areas. How we got it is not what we are discussing, right? Okay, it's basically that he has dominated the market in some of these areas. So that is very, very important. So these 3 areas, you need to start thinking volume. Okay, you need to start thinking volume. How can I sell to 10 people? How can I sell to 20 people? How can I sell to 40 people? How can I sell to 100 people? So how can I scale it to 1,000? How can I get my first 10,000 customer? How can I get my first 1 million customer? How can I get my first 10 million customer? Okay, all these things are very, very important because that is the way we can scale and we can get volume. So how can I increase my production? If I'm currently serving 20 people, 30 people, 50 people, in one of the videos I released, I think on the first or on the second, I talked about the fact that you need to create systems and structures that will help you scale your business. That is very, very important. In this age and time, you need to create systems and structure that will help you scale your business. It's very, very important. So what systems and structures can I put in place that can take me to me that I'm handling 10 customers now to 10,000 customers? Okay, so those are some of the things that you need to put in place. So I'm still going to break it down, creating systems and structure. After this series of videos, that's the next video I'm going to be doing, is going to be creating systems and structure. How do you create systems? How do you create structure? We'll look at all of that in the next video, hopefully tomorrow. Okay, no, so we've looked at food, we've looked at shelter, and we've looked at clothing. So the next thing, especially for those that are in Nigeria and those that are looking at investing in Nigeria, for you to create wealth, number one thing that you need is creating systems and structure. Okay, for you to create wealth, the next line of business after going to food, agriculture, real estate, clothing, the next thing you go into is transport and logistics. And before I go into transport and logistics, I want to address something. I remember one of the comments in the previous video. The person was talking about we need don't just need financial education, we need spiritual education too. I understand that. Okay, I know some people are very religious mind. I understand that, but we are not talking. I mean, we are talking about areas that you can go into. Okay, areas that you can go into if you want to create wealth in 2024. That's basically what we are looking about, because I mentioned things about financial education in the previous video. I just felt that this is very, very important for us to, for me to address that. Okay, transport and logistics. You know, Nigeria, we have over 200 million people currently, and most the way our business, our country rather, is structured is that most of our food comes from the middle and northern part of Nigeria. And the reason why, if you go to those places, you get, I mean, even with the inflation in the country, you'll be surprised how much some of those things go for in that area. But the reason why most of these things are that expensive down in the south, in Lagos, in southwest Nigeria, in the south and southeast, is because of the cost of transporting it from where the farms are and all of those things down to Nigeria. Of course, the issue of insecurity, Boko Haram, banditry is there, but one of the major causes. I remember I was watching an interview of a logistics guy from northern Nigeria, and he was talking about what does it take for him to bring a trailer load of yam from somewhere in Niger State or thereabouts down to the south. And he said the cost of that trailer load, bringing it down alone, is over 2 million naira. And he mentioned all the bills he needs to pay, all the stress and all of those things. And when there's trouble, there are opportunities. When there are problems, there are opportunities. That's what basically it means. When you see people complaining about things, what it means is that there are inherent opportunities in that business. So transport and logistics is very, very, very important area that you need to pay attention to. Human transport, food transport, logistics, good transport, all those things is very, very, of course, you do your research, but you need to pay attention to them. I just needed to give that example to tell you what the possibilities are. Even to bring, I remember there was a time I wanted to give some yam out, and we're about to bring the yam from somewhere in, I don't remember, at a very ridiculously low price, but bringing it down to Lagos, it was something else. We're just getting bus, and we had to get a bus in Lagos that went empty to Iseyin, the location where the yam was, and to bring the yam down. So the opportunities I mean, is a lot, and unfortunately, that sector is not too structured. And because it's not too structured, what it means that the opportunity there are bound. So if you can bring structure and system into that sector, it will help you a great deal. So number next, which is number 5, is hospitality sector. Okay. Sorry, this video is going to be longer. Probably one of the longest video we've done in recent time. Okay. Hospitality sector. Hospitality sector is very, very, very important sectors this age and time, because there are so many things that are even lagging behind. I remember I saw an article or maybe a write-up that in the next 2 years or 3 years, top premium hotels are going to be built in Lagos and Abuja. And somebody was doing an analysis how Abuja hotel is always overbooked. I was like, wow. I remember there was a time I went to Marriott to have a meeting with one of the investors that lodged in Marriott, and he was telling me that, so could I believe that this old hotel is booked this night? I was like, wow. I mean, for those that are in short-leg business, it's part of hospitality now. You need to pay attention to all of that. The demand will keep increasing. And the reason why the demand will keep increasing is that we have a lot of Nigerians in diaspora that comes back home that will not go back to their family house or that does not even have a home, but they have things that they need to come and do in Nigeria, weddings and all of those stuff like that. They need a place to stay. So they're building an hotel for them, they're building a shortlet for them, they're doing food business for them, they're doing a whole lot of all the things around hospitality, entertainment, all those areas are very, of course, we know how Nigeria entertainment industry has boomed. Of course, in the last 3 days now, we realize that for the first time, a movie made from West Africa, Nigeria, got over a billion naira in terms of revenue. That's over $1 million US. That's the first time ever gross it in box office. We have never had it before. So what that means is that it has broken the barrier. So the 1 billion is going to be just that, very, very soon. Okay. So we just keep getting them. I'm very sure maybe later in the year, maybe 4 or 5 movies are going to even break that record. And the movie is still moving. It's a lot of people still want to watch it. A lot of people still want to watch it. Okay. So that's to tell you the opportunity in the hospitality and the entertainment sector. So if you have the skill, most this video cannot capture the details. I can't go into all the details, but based on some of the statistics and based on some of the government spending in some of these areas, and prayerfully we've been able to put some of these things together. Even though I don't want to measure the issue of prayer, but that's one of the things we've been able to put. We've been able to put some of these lists together, and we've done this over and over and over again. Just for the first time, we're putting on the YouTube platform. Okay. The next sector is the technology sector. Okay, technology and communication sector. Let me just put them together, and we are going to be focusing on AI. So the same way in the 90s we had the internet bubble, internet .com, and the whole stuff about internet. That's the same thing that is happening about with AI now. In the 90s, in the 80s, it gave birth to a whole lot of companies. We have the like of Amazon now still. So we have the like of Amazon that was given birth to in that area. So you need to study the AI. There are a lot of free AI courses out there that you can study, and it will help you a great deal. Okay. So and communication still sells. I mean, especially for a population of 200 million people, you'll be shocked the volume of people that we've not been able to reach. Okay. Communication. Then number three, next rather, is intellectual properties. Okay. Intellectual properties is very, very important and is big. Intellectual property is big. I always tell people there's no, you're not too late to start. Okay. You must have a digital footprint. It is very, very important. You must have a digital footprint. It's very, very important. Write a book, start a YouTube channel, start talking about something, start a podcast. All these things are very, very important in 2024. I mean, and it's like you're playing God when you do some of these things, because you've done it once and it can keep paying for you over and over and over and over again. People can keep learning from them, especially when it has value. Some of these videos that I'm doing right now are going to be on all my channels for the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and it's very, very important. So as a roundup, I'm going to talk about the last two things: is medical health and wellness. So medical health and wellness. Okay. I remember in those days, everybody wanted to have a doctor in their family. So it is not out of place to still have a doctor in your family. Okay. So medical health and wellness, but not just have a doctor, but there are so many creative things now that you can do being a doctor. Okay. They are not just about the career, about being the salary earner, but you need to look at what other things that you can do. I remember the doctor that talked about, he has a YouTube channel, and he released a book. I can't remember the name precisely now, and he sold over 1.5 million naira. I'm sorry, 1.5 million copies of that book, and each of that book was going for 10,000 naira. I know of a doctor that is very close to me, talked about wellness, and his YouTube channel has over 10,000 subscribers. Each of his videos does not have less than 10,000 views on a weekly basis. Okay, so health and wellness. So those are areas that you need, because everybody, there's a lot of junks that we eat these days. We live in a fast food, fast world, fast moving generation. Okay, unfortunately, that's the world that we live in, and a whole lot of people want to a lot of people want to keep latching on that type of economy, and most of the things people eat are not healthy. And most people are now aware of that, so they want to eat healthy. They want you to be their nutritionist. They want you to do a whole lot of stuff for them. Okay, so you need to pay attention to that space. It's a whole. I mean, even the big corporations are playing in that place. Microsoft, one of their, I was reading their earnings. One of their biggest earnings Microsoft at some point of their medical devices. Imagine Microsoft making a medical device. Okay, so you need to really, really pay attention to that. Health and wellness is very, very important. So after food, after clothing, after shelter, people want to just stay healthy. Okay, that's very, very important. Then lastly is energy. Energy, that's the power sector. In Nigeria, it's capital intense, but it's still at its infancy. Imagine for many, many years, volumes, billions and billions of dollars have been invested in that sector. But unfortunately, we are still where we are. You need to go and study in the Nigeria energy sector, precisely. So you need to study value chain, and you need to work on opportunities that are there. Okay. I hope these have been of great value to you. So I had to rush them because I wanted a short video. But if you have specific questions, you can reach out to me and just drop comments on any of the platform that you are watching this from. And I believe we will be able to answer your question. Okay. So my name still remains Okwe Oluwa Oni. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, like, share with your loved ones, and then let's go and create wealth in 2024 together. Bye for now.